What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Duel Links Academy video. I'm Varpa and I'm here with Connor.
Yo, how's it going, boys?
Now, this is going to be a part two. This is going to be a two-part video of Gouki's. Um, obviously, this is going to be the part one, but we're also going to have a part two. Um, so, unfortunately, we made the first video and I didn't go into this other dude to show you what he does, but we've got gameplay to show. So basically, it's the same deck build as it says. You get your three Suprex, two Scorpio, three Twist Cobra, two Headbutt, one Gouki rematch because you only get one in the game. Reinforcements of the army, which is obviously limited to one. Three Mystery, three Book of Moon, one finishing move, one face turn, and Treacherous because we're not running any traps, so why not add Treacherous? Malevolent Sin, Gouki Thunder Ogre. We're running one of them, I believe.
Yeah, one.
Um,
And three of the Great Og.
yeah, so we run three Great Ogre. Is it Ogre or Orc?
Ogre, I think.
And three Jet Ogre. Draw Sense at Earth for the skill. Basically, when you lose 1500 life points, you can automatically search for a Earth monster, and when these are all Earth, so it's another good way to help pull the card you need to continue your plays. So Gouki, Gouki Suprex. When this card's normal summon, you can special summon a Gouki monster. So it could be Scorpio, Twist Cobra, Headbutt,
Or itself.
or itself. You can special summon another Suprex, but the only downfall to that is you only get one search off. Unfortunately, you it's a once per turn. So obviously, when you activate the search, its effect, only one will activate. Kind of sucks, but if it wasn't like that, it would be busted. Scorpio, basically, if you don't control a monster, if you control no monsters, you can normal summon without attributing, or if all your monsters you control Gouki monsters, you can normal summon this card without attributing. Twist Cobra's only a good effect is you contribute a Gouki monster to boost up your any of your monsters, but you normally do that to your Link. You'd normally do it to your Great Ogre. Headbat. I wouldn't send this to the graveyard. It's these all search, by the way. All of these, when they hit the graveyard, they search. Headbats is a hand effect. So basically, if you've got another Gouki monster in your hand, you can actually discard it to special summon, and then your Link Monster King will gain 800 attack, which is pretty nice.
Or you can use it as a link material.
Um, Rematch, you can target two Gokis in your graveyard and special summon, and this is the way you'll go into your Great Ogre. So basically, you'll have Jet Ogre. You start off with Jet Ogre, activate rematch, bring any of your two monsters back onto the field, and Jet Ogre is classified as a you can use Jet Ogre as a two links tribute, and then you only have to use one other monster, which is pretty nice. Um, then you're summoning your Great Ogre. Basically, then Jet Ogre's effect will activate and boost up your Great Ogre or your Thunder Ogre, which whenever you decide to play. Um, but yeah, we all know what Reinforcements of the Army does. It just adds one, so it's a good card to bring out one of these cards to search. If you don't draw into it, we all know what MST does. We know what Book of Moon does. Finishing move, basically you use this on your Link, and you'd preferably use it on your level 3. Doesn't matter on your level 3s, because then they get 3000 attack, because basically finishing move says that your Gouki monster, Link monster, you control it gains attack equal to its Link rating until the end of this turn, and also if it attacks a defense monster, inflict piercing damage. So this card is how you will OTK, as you'll see in the replays we've got for you. Face turn, destroy
Tribute to special summon.
destroy one Gouki monster to special summon another one from your grave. So it's like basically like a monster reborn, just that you have to destroy a Gouki monster to bring that monster back. And you can't use it on if you destroy, and if you get into a position where you've got an ogre but you want to bring out another one, it does not work on the set on the card that you destroy. So basically, if you destroy, say, Super X, you cannot do it for another Super X, unfortunately. But it's all good. We all and yes, we all know what Treacherous does. We know what Malevolent Sin does. Thunder Ogre, 2+ Gouki monsters. If a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can make this card gain 400 attack. The turn a player applies the following effect while this monster is on the field. During their main phase, they can normal summon one monster from their hand to their zone this card points to. In addition to their normal summon set, they can only gain this effect once per turn. So our part 2 video will show me using this without its effect, but using this. I didn't actually realize we could then go into this, hence why we're doing another video to show you
To
what
showcase Great Org.
Great Org, 2+ Gouki monsters. All monsters on the field lose attack equal to their defense. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one of your monsters this card points to instead. So basically, you
So
summon this, your opponent's monsters will lose attack, but while this card is
equal
on the
to their
field,
defense.
while this card is on the field, any monster they summon automatically lose their attack equal to their defense.
For example, Blue Eyes White Dragon, 3000 attack, 2500 defense. Its attack will now be 500. So that's pretty sick.
Jet Ogre, effect, 2 Gouki monsters. Basically, if you've got a second monster and you feel like you can actually go in for the win, instead of going into your Great Ogre or your Thunder Ogre, you could actually activate Jet Ogre, destroy one of your monsters on the field, and all your opponent's monsters are a face-up attack. Then you could go into finishing move and go in. Um, rarely that ever happens that we do that. We normally go into Great Ogre or sometimes even Thunder Ogre, depending on the situation. But mainly Great Ogre, you'll see in the replays. Um, this deck is better turn 2. Um, it's also not a bad turn 1 because obviously if you draw into like MST or Book of Moon, and say if you draw say 2 MST, a Book of Moon, and Super X, and some other random ass card, you would
Mm.
set MST in your Book of Moon and set Super X and just let them destroy it for you to get your search off. Just enough time to, you know, obviously just still out a turn and draw a card that you need. But it's turn 2. It's not bad. Like
It's a
it,
fun deck to play.
if your turn 2's them, your opponent's setting cards and setting a defense monster, and you happen to draw into MST, you pretty much got game because Right Princess and Karibo do not work with your Link monsters. They cannot, obviously, Sphere Karibo cannot, the Link monsters cannot go into defense. So Sphere Karibo, Book of Moon, useless.
The only hand trap that can work like that is Cartwood.
Kiteroid and Battle Veil Boxer.
But since you're going to be attacking a monster, Cartwood won't work.
And yeah, piercing damage. Um, we've had people bounce. Because there's the only thing that stops this deck. And this is only it doesn't happen all the time. It's only happened to us twice. Basically, we've gone in with finishing move and they somehow survive. If there's a situation where we can't go into the Great Ogre, then I'd normally just boost up Jet Ogre. But unfortunately, Jet Ogre won't do an OTK. The only way Jet Ogre can do an OTK if you activate Twist Cobra to tribute itself, and Jet Ogre will gain 1600 and go up to 38, and then your finishing move giving it 5800 attack. But it's only ever happened twice. I have tried running 2 finishing moves. I found that it was a bit, not a bit bricky, but I wasn't really drawing
The
cards I
cards you
needed.
needed.
I find that running 1 finishing move actually works a lot better. And that's the deck. So yeah, it's good, great turn 2. Its turn 1 still decent. But nonetheless, it's a really fun deck to use. And we'll go into the replays, and we'll show you how this deck performs. And so first duel is against Red Eyes.
Yes. If I remember, we started off with a poor hand with going second.
Duel!
Yeah.
And I would have to give credit where credit's due. This is actually this is I believe
But
it's
basically, this deck was
Looms.
just based around the Gouki.
This is basically like Loom's build minus the trap card that he plays and Forbidden Lance. It's not the same deck build, but it's almost similar.
The monsters are his, but the back row's ours. It's based off of Williams' build, so check it out. So we're at 200 life points.
And this is what makes this deck so good. As you see, rematch, tribute.
Red Eyes Archfiend down to 700. His effect doesn't work. Go in for game. A lot of fun to play.
There is games where we've got that people scoop, but we just want to show you like how good this deck is, and not many players know how to beat around it, and they end up just scooping. This was almost a mirror match. So basically, it was a mirror match, but this guy didn't have Super X. So basically, we don't use the skill because it goes at the beginning of the duel. Add 1 Gouki Super X, 1 Gouki Twist Combo, and 1 Gouki Scorpio to your deck, unless you already have 3 copies of the respective card. Then add 1 Gouki the Great Ogre to your extra deck. So I don't think, if I understand correctly, this skill wouldn't really be useful to us because we've got 3. We've basically got 3 of it for 4. We've only got 2 Scorpio, but you only need 2. I find it's more consistent with Draw Sense Earth.
Another OTK for you boys here. Yeah, this is when we were trying to finishing move. But there are times where 2 would be nice, but it seems like majority of the time 1 is plenty. Up to 77.
So that was basically a mirror match, but he didn't have Gouki Super X. I wouldn't suggest trying to run this deck unless you got Super X. Super X is core to this deck. Next one is Photons.
On a level up with a 3 win streak. Nice.
Now I stress I do have to say this: the only way you could beat photons with Goukis is if basically you're going to see that he's going to go into Photon Lord, and the idea play is to book a moon it, obviously, because he can negate your monster effect. Pull off your searches, boost up your monster, and go for going. If you go first, and you got your book a moon, you wait till they do their plays, and then book a moon. If you do not draw book a moon, and you got nothing to stop his Photon Lord, you're not going to win. You'll find it really difficult to try and win when they've got monsters that can constantly keep popping.
It's a hassle when they're able to do stuff like that, but it is what it is.
So he's going to use his other effect to search for, prepare for his next turn, but he's not going to get a next turn.
On the Jet Ogre, Headbutt searches, Rig Scorpio.
All Gouki monsters search minus the links, but all their monsters search. So it's a good way to search. Great way to get your cards you need.
Up to 47.
And then we go to 77, and take 4,700, and it's game. Nice
They
little
used
OTK.
They saw on the flip he had no attack points. Really good play.
People, we're finding it that people don't know how to play against
Links.
links. Now this one was actually this was actually a pretty good duel. But we ended up winning because he ended up scooping us. You'll see in the thing.
He goes into his Utopia Ray.
I misplay here. I should have popped his left card instead of his middle, and then book a moon. So he can't negate my effects, but it's a misplay. But we got it done, barely.
This will show how good the Great Org is.
He forbidden lanced us.
We popped his monster, Cosmic Cyclone.
And this is where he bounces.
He does his whole play. He goes into Utopia.
And then Utopia Ray. That pops it 3 times. Destroyed the Scorpio, do a search too, and then bang, he knew it was over. That's just how good this card is.
He couldn't do anything after that, so it was game. I thought Utopia Ray, for whatever reason, could do 2 attacks, but it was just his detaching to boost his monster up and decrease ours.
Next one is a Dark Magician deck, which he's almost built the same deck as Loom has. But you don't even have to worry. We got 3 searches off.
Ready for our next play. We spectral summon back.
I don't know why I did this. But it is what it is. But
We misplay, but it doesn't matter.
he uses Pot of Duality, so we were pretty lucky that he. I don't think this still would have ended the same if he didn't use Pot Duality. But nonetheless, and here's the funniest thing: I was saying to Nick here, I was like, we have to draw into MST to get rid of this circle, and look what we drew into. Part of the cards came through. Bobby's Magician, and then we draw a player, then he basically scoops. He just knew it was all over for him. It's just how good this deck is.
So rank up too. Yeah, the boys.
And last but not least, this was... What deck was this again?
Oh,
Light
the
Swan.
light spawn, whatever it is.
And here's just how good this is for an OTK. You always search for finishing move and rematch. That's the combo. So when you go into Jet Ogre, you always search for finishing move and rematch. It's the only. So unless you've got these cards already in your hand, then you could search for something else. But if you don't, I recommend going rematch and finishing move to go for your OTK.
Don't stress out how fun this deck is.
6,100, take 5,200, and that's game. And that's the replays. Basically, these cards can be found in Flames of Heart or the selection box 2 mini. And basically that's where they all are.
Yeah, that's where they all are.
Um,
Except for the links, which is in Link Revolution. Obviously.
yeah, rematch is a level up reward, and you get one. Obviously buy this in the UI card reinforcement the army special set. MST's Atomic Theory or Selection Box 3. Book of Moon is Chaotic Soldiers or Selection Box 4. Finishing move is a Gate Reward. Face turn is Flames of the Heart mini box or Selection Box 2. Treacherous is in Visions of Ice or Selection Box 2, but in this situation you'd probably go through Selection Box 2 to get all of them. Just makes more
Yeah,
sense.
you might as well. You get math making there too.
Maleficence is Photon the Galaxy, and the rest, these are all in the new box. No, Ogre is a reward, my bad. Great Ogre is in Link Revolution, and Jet Ogre is a level up reward. So it's good that you've gone through these boxes before, but yeah, the only one that's in the box is Link Revolution, is the Great Ogre, and that's about it. That's probably I would suggest running 3 of these at least. Maybe you could get away with 2.
You could get away with 2. 3 isn't. 3's nice. 2's optimal.
That is the deck. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. Part 1 and part 2 will be uploaded at the same time. Check them out.
Until next time, guys.
We'll catch you in the next one.
Later, guys. Take care.